utility van. It's found in almost every country around the world, and it's been around for generations. And if you run a business, you also realize that it's one of the most important vehicles in your organization because it houses your field team. These are the people that represent the face of your company, and they can improve customer satisfaction or they can hurt customer satisfaction. You give these folks the right information to make good decisions in the field, your P&L is going to prosper. If you don't, and things don't go well in the field, your P&L is going to suffer. Now, 20 years ago, these folks probably carried a clipboard to give them the right information they needed. But today, with cloud computing and the internet and high-speed wireless infrastructures, you can give them unprecedented amounts of real-time information to make even better decisions and make your business more profitable. Now, on the one hand, you could give them a typical smartphone. Great idea. It doesn't work so well on inclement days like today that might be raining. It doesn't work so well when you drop it, and it really doesn't work well when you drop it on a rainy day in a mud puddle. On the other hand, you could give them a fully industrial handheld computer. Works great, has all the features that you need, but unfortunately, it's large enough that you're not going to carry it with you wherever you go. Or you could give them the latest product from Psion, the Psion EP10. It's made to fit your business. It's designed for folks on the go in the field that need the full functionality of the larger PC with the size and the compactness that fits their business needs. Now, I hope you'll join me. I want to take you inside our laboratories and show you the latest creation that our engineers have been working on. Come join me. Well, here we are in one of the laboratories at Psion in Toronto, Canada, and it's where the engineers developed the Psion EP10. In doing so, they started with one of our most recent products, the Omni XT10, and they asked themselves, how can I take this product and all of its benefits and compress it into a smaller form factor designed for the folks on the go in the field? And this is the product they developed, the Psion EP10. Now, not only did they incorporate all the performance, but they added the most complete array of sensors in the industry. It incorporates a GPS module, so it knows where the product is located anywhere in the world. It has a magnetometer, or a digital compass, so it knows what direction the product is actually orientated. It has a light meter, so it can adjust to the ambient light temperatures. It has a gyroscope, so it knows if it's being rotated and around which axes. It has an accelerometer, so it knows if the product is in motion or it's being dropped and which way the gravitational force is. And finally, it even has a proximity sensor, so it knows if the product is being held close to your face or if it's laid idly on a table with nobody around. Now, moving beyond the sensors, at the heart of it is a processor. And it, too, like the Omni XT10, incorporates the latest processor from Texas Instruments. This time it incorporates the enterprise-grade Satara 3715 processor. You can see that the Omni XT10 was about 30 to 40% faster than the competition. Well, with the latest processor, the Satara 3715, the product is actually almost twice as fast of its competition. It gives you outstanding performance today, but more importantly, it gives you the bandwidth and headroom for your applications tomorrow. Let's move beyond the processor and talk about some of the features that the average user is going to see and use. At the heart of the product is a 2D imager that will decode both one-dimensional barcodes as well as two-dimensional barcodes. There is a secondary dedicated camera. This camera of 3.2 megapixels will work well in both dark environments as well as light environments. You'll also see a very high-quality loudspeaker, up to 85 decibels. This speaker is beneficial if you're in that utility van trying to hold a conference call, hands-free. You want to make sure you have a good speaker. The battery has two different options, both a standard battery as well as an extended battery, so you can tune the size and the weight of the product for your real-world requirements, because we know you need to get your users through a full day of usage. On the front, you'll see the keyboard, and there's actually three different keyboard options: an AZERTY, a QWERTY, and also a numeric keyboard that can be changed by partners so you can quickly adapt the product in the field. The display, as we mentioned before, is one of the largest in the industry. It's a full 3.7 inches high-resolution display. Now, It's still transflective, meaning it works well in the daylight as well as in darker environments. And it's also a touchscreen. But more importantly, it also incorporates the feature of automatic landscape mode. So if you're looking at a document and it works better in a wide aspect ratio, simply twist the product and it will adjust automatically. Now, all of this is wrapped in a great industrial design. It has a great keyboard layout. It's designed for both right-handed and left-handed users. It has friendly surfaces, and most importantly, it's attractive. Now, I talked about how our engineers compressed the overall form factor of the product. The one thing they didn't compromise on was the durability, because in the real world, accidents happen. Our products are drop tested, or the EP10 is drop tested to 6 feet, which is about 1.8 meters. It's also tumble tested 1,000 times at 1/2 meter. It has an IP certification of IP54 for prevention against intrusion from water or dust, and it's designed to operate in a very wide operating range temperature from -10 degrees C all the way up to 50 degrees C. You'll ask yourselves, how did they do that? In part through a rigid magnesium alloy chassis. The chassis is designed in a box structure with high sides. The benefit is it creates a very rigid chassis overall for improved durability. While the product is open, let me show you the back of the product where the radios are housed. There's 3 independent radios in this product. The first of those radios is Bluetooth. We incorporate a high-performance Bluetooth radio that gives you not only great range, but also great stability. The second radio is Wi-Fi, otherwise known as 802.11. We incorporate the latest technology so you have coverage of A, B, G, and N channels. Finally, one of the most important radios is cellular, otherwise known as wireless wide area networks. We have options for both GSM as well as CDMA. This gives you the option to deploy the product virtually anywhere in the world under any carrier. Hardware is important, but it only works properly if it's tied to the right software. Psion engineers have been developing their own software for over 20 years, and we focused our software in 3 primary categories. How do we make it easier for our customers and partners to more easily customize the EP10? Secondly, how do we make it easier to deploy the product in field? And third, and maybe the most important, how do we make it perform better in the field to make your employees more productive? So I'm sure when you put all of this together, you're saying, wow, the EP10 is a great value, it has a lot of great features, but how much does it cost? One of the best ways to compare products is to take a typical configuration and compare the list price. Here you can see how the Psion EP10 compares to similar products from both Motorola as well as Intermec and the prior products from Psion, such as the Icon. All of this is a portion of the equation of total cost of ownership. We've touted the benefits of TCO for a long time, and upfront cost is one element, and you can see we've reduced the overall upfront cost of the product. Secondly is the durability of the product. We want to make sure the product performs well today and performs well years into the future so you can amortize the cost of the product for as long as possible. And then finally, we want to make sure the product is customizable and can adapt to your business environment in the years to come. Because we have the most complete array of interactive sensors, you can modify the function of the product in the future to adapt to your business needs. We've talked about the hardware, we've talked about the software, we've talked about the price. And there's only one question remaining. How does it compare to the competition? There's a lot of great products in the marketplace today, and sure, some have fast processors and a few have large LCDs. But when you look at the totality of the features and the benefits of the Psion EP10, nothing else in the marketplace even comes close. The Psion EP10 is a great product. It's a great value. The choice is simple. EP10 is right for your business. Well, here we are back in the real world. Thanks for investing the time to listen to us today around the Psion EP10. I hope there's a couple of things that you remember. Number one, this is the fastest performing processor in the industry. It gives you the bandwidth today and, more importantly, the headroom for tomorrow. Secondly, this has the greatest collection of interactive sensors of anybody else in the industry, adapting today's business needs and, through software, tomorrow's business needs as well. It's based on a large 3.7-inch LCD display, meaning not only can it fit in your pocket, but more importantly, you can see the critical information on your display. And finally, wireless connectivity. High-speed wireless in a variety of different means to make sure that you have access to the accurate real-time information. The Psion EP10. After all, don't you think that the people on the front line of your business need a product that's made to fit your business? I'm Mike Peterson. Thanks for your time, and until next time, drive safely.